Okay everyone, this is going to be the walkthrough with modifiers for Resistance 1 of 22-minute hardcore. So the way it breaks out is that there's 5 moves that you do, and then you have a set number of reps that you do for each move, and then you do 3 rounds. You start up with a warm-up. The warm-up is run in place, jumping back, TH squat, and then a Gosku stretch. I don't think I really need to walk those through. Those are pretty self-explanatory. As always, just walk in place if those are too tough, but I don't think they'll be tough for most people. So a lot of these you need weights or you need the sandbag. If not, then just do the movements without the weights. So the first one is the push-up. So if you're not good at push-ups, you will get good at push-ups. So there's a couple of ways I want to show you. So you start with 25, and then you go down to 20, and then you go down to 15. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. So one of the things that I have from P90X is I have the push-up stands, and that's so I have less strain on my wrist joints. And so it makes it easier for me to do the push-up. So when I'm holding on to the power stand, I can just hold it with my arms slightly above parallel, and then you hold the plank, and then you do the push-up, and then this makes it easier. If you have the power stands, the other thing for the push-up is do it in half plank, and just come down like this. As your arms are coming out. And so that's doing it with the push-up stance. So regular push-ups, so there's a couple of tricks I'm going to show you. With the push-ups, a lot of people, if you don't have the push-up stance, a lot of people, they point their fingers forward. So actually, to take a little stress off, you want to turn your fingers out slightly and spread your fingers. And that makes it easier when you go down. So when you do the push-up like that, you get a more natural bend in your arm when you go down. So when I go down, it's a lot easier. Whereas if I have my fingers straight, it's a little harder, and I get more strain on my elbow. So that's just a little trick I learned to make it easier. The other modification is we'll half plank, and then come down, come up. Try to keep your toes down into the ground, and then do this. If you still can't do that movement, then hold the plank. So the second move in Resistance 1 is the squat thrust. And so with this, you use the sandbag, up to 20 pounds, or you use hand weights. I'm just going to do hand weights with 10 in each arm, just to show you. So the squat thrust, knees about hip width apart. You don't want your knees locked at all at any time, else you're going to put strain on your joints. And so you hold it up like this, and then you come down in a squat, and then you fire up. So that's the squat thrust. And then you come down, So that's the squat thrust. So of course, the modification on this is do the movement without weights at all. So what you would do is feet hip width apart. The first modification is go down halfway and then go like this. Just practice the movement. And then the next one is go farther down and do the movement. And then the last modification is march in place. So those are the modifications you do with the squat thrust. So the third move in Resistance 1 is a pull-up. So even after getting fit, I still can't do a pull-up. So if you don't have a pull-up, if you can't do pull-ups or you don't have a pull-up bar in your house, I'm going to show you the modifications right now because that's all I can really do. So what I have is, if you see here, I have a door attachment that sits above in the hinge, and then I have a resistance band. So as you can see over here, I have many different resistance bands. Basically, the thinner the resistance bands, the easier it is, the thicker it is, the harder it gets. And then so that's how you progress and try to work through the movements as you want to move up to a higher band. So I've got the green band here, which is like the second large gauge you can do. And so what I do is I grab the handles, so you can see I grab the handles, and then what I want to do is I want to get a good step back like this, so there's tension, and then what I want to do is hinge forward and then pull back almost like you're in the pull-up position. So that's one, and then you want to have control the whole way. That's why you want to back up a little more so there's more tension, so you can work on control. So 1, 2, and if you're doing it right, you're going to feel it in the lats, and you're going to feel the movement. And so like I said, with the pull-ups, is that you want to increase the gauge as it gets easier when you do the pull-ups. So the fourth move in resistance 1 is the chopper lunge. And so with this, you use a sandbag again, and then, or you use one weight. And so I'm just going to grab the sandbag here. I don't have anything in it, just so you can see the movement, but I'm holding it on the handles. And then what you do is you do a back lunge, and then what you do is you chop to the opposite side. So whatever leg is going back, you go back the other way. So it's going to look like this. Your feet hip width apart, and then you go like that, come up. Ooh, I lost my balance a little. So down, and so some of you may not be able to get your lunge as deep, but just work on getting it lower. The modification for this, of course, as I've shown before, is actually just do a lunge back without anything, just to get used to the movement, and then you just work on getting your lunge deeper, and then you add in the movement. And then of course, there's always the march in place as well for the chopper lunge. So the last move is the sit-up punch. So it starts with 30, and then it goes down to 25, and then 20 on the different rounds. And so it's basically what it means. So you get down in legs down, head up, and then what you do is you're going to come up and then do the punch. Like he says, is you want to have control, so you don't want to be flopping down. You want to brace your core, come up, do the punches, come down in control. So it's going to look like this. So I put my legs a little farther out just to make it easier. Like I said in previous videos, blow out as you're coming in to give you more momentum. So I'm going to go up, 2 punches, and then I just control it on the way down. And then I don't go all the way down. And then I go up again, and then I go down. Go up, and you don't want to like snap your arms. You just want to like get that movement. And then so the modification is just do crunch and then punch like that. So come up, crunch like that, and then if that's tough, just do the crunch. So those are the modifications for the sit-up crunch. So hopefully that's been helpful for resistance 1. Always let me know comments if you have any questions. And then I'm going to show you guys resistance 2 and resistance 3 in future videos. Thanks a lot and have a great day.